second graders, and welcome back. Our learning target this week is to partition, which means divide or cut up a rectangle into rows and columns of same size squares to find the total number of them. So you'll see these are divided, these are rectangles that were cut into rows and columns. We have cake, ice cube tray, calendar, and brownies. Remember, when you see me go like this, that means for you to pause the video so that you can try to solve the problem yourself and then press play when you're ready to come back. Okay, let's get started. Time for review. Which waffle is cut into bigger pieces? What is the name of the fraction? So there's two parts. Which waffle is cut into bigger pieces? What's the name of the fraction? Pause. Welcome back. So I'm going to see which waffle has the bigger pieces. So let's see, I see this, this, and this. The biggest one is this. These pieces have the biggest one. So which waffle is cut into bigger pieces? This waffle. And now, what is the name of the fraction? Well, I can see it's cut into two pieces, 1, 2. And so when something is cut into two pieces, we call those pieces halves. So this waffle is cut into halves. Awesome! Time for modeled. When would we want to partition a rectangle into rows and columns? Well, we want to partition a rectangle into rows and columns when we're trying to share, like when we're sharing brownies or cake. And why is it important to make sure all the pieces are equal? Well, it's important to make sure all the pieces are equal because we want to get the same size piece. You know, if we cut the brownies like, with this line and this line, some people might get a piece that's this big. Some people might get a piece that's this big. And, we all want to make sure we get the same size piece. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you about rows and columns. Rows go from side to side, like this with your arms. Side to side, side to side. So how many rows are there in this brownie? Well, this is one row, 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is going from side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many rows are there? 4 rows. Columns. Columns go up and down. Go like this. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Think about maybe you've seen a house with columns out front or a building with columns out front. Actually, I'm pretty sure Woodland we have like columns, or maybe it's just gutters out front. Anywho, the columns go up and down. So how many columns was this brownie cut up into? I'm going to count. So I'm going to go up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so how many columns? 6 columns. And now I can find the total number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So it's cut up into 24 pieces. Awesome. Time for guided. How many rows and columns are in the rectangle? How many squares are there in each rectangle? So 2 parts. First, we're counting how many rows and columns. Then we're counting to see how many squares are in each one. Pause. Welcome back. Okay, so you might have noticed that these two are the same, just rotated, just switched. So now we're going to count how many rows and columns there are. Remember, the rows go from side to side, side to side. Columns go up and down, up and down. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go. How many rows are in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, because we know that it's switched for this one, we know that there's going to be 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that means that it'll have the same number of squares in both rectangles because it's cut into the same number of rows and columns. So I'm going to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this one has 4 rows, 5 columns, and 20, 20 squares. Okay, and now this one has 4 columns, 5 rows, and 20 squares. And I know that it is 20 because it was the same thing before, it just flipped. Okay, now this one. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we could figure that out because a calendar, it's calendar and we have 7 days in a week. So there's 7 in each row. So there's 7 columns and there's 7 in each row. Okay, so there are 5 rows, 7 columns. And now I'm going to figure out how many squares there are total. And actually, I can even skip count by 5s because I know this is 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So there are 35 squares. Way to go, champs! So did you guys get the same one? If not, then go back and fix your work. Alrighty, time for quick check. How many rows and columns are in the rectangle? How many squares are there in each? How many squares are there in the rectangle? So 2 parts. How many rows and columns are in the rectangle and how many squares are in it? So post it on Dojo so that your teacher can see. Good luck. Awesome job, guys. Bye.